I have to say, it's great to see so many stories, especially later. Recently, it seems like there's been this increase in stories of the DOJ actually cracking down on the things that need cracking down on. And here's another story. And maybe you didn't realize this. Well, maybe a lot of people out there didn't understand that this was happening, that the USDA had preferences for, quote, socially disadvantaged farmers. Maybe you didn't realize that that even your farms were suffering under DEI and these
crazy
discriminations based on race and sex. And the DOJ is cracking down on this to say, no, you actually have to, even when you're providing support for farmers and such under the USDA, you still have to obey the Constitution and you have to abide by those equal protection guarantees.
You don't say.
You don't say. So it's, again, good news to see this story coming out, but it's kind of crazy that we don't realize just the extent to which these ideas have spread.
Because it's everywhere. It's every government agency had these policies that, just candidly speaking, you break down this particular article, and it's just so anti-white. It just is.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. And then you have the university models that were anti-white and anti-Asian.
Yes.
I mean, it is very sort of widespread. And, you know, if you hear about these grants or loans offered by the USDA, and you hear that they have favors for socially disadvantaged people, you might think, well, that means that if I'm lower on the socioeconomic status, then that means that I might get, you know, some help starting up a farm. And most people, I think, were in favor of, if there were going to be grants issued, it would help people who were getting started for the first time. I think you had these movements of people who wanted to start homesteads and stuff like this. Okay, that you know, that's fine, but that's not what they meant. Like, they used the term socially disadvantaged for people who were not socially disadvantaged. It's not a social disadvantage to be a woman.
Yes.
It's not a social disadvantage, you know, to be an Asian or a black guy in modern America. It's just not.
Yeah. If anything, because of these kind of these efforts, it's often an advantage. And this is what this one program said. Socially disadvantaged farmers were defined as any whose members have been subjected to racial, ethnic, or gender prejudice, such as women and African American, Hispanic, and Asian people. And again, under the current system, this is actually discriminating against people who are not women, African American, Hispanic, Asian. And I'm sorry to say it, but that is the case.
Straight white men are in trouble, Jake.
Yes,
sorry.
indeed. Well, and as we covered with that story out of the UK, and I would bet that if you conducted a study here in the US, you'd find similar results, if not the same results, is that working class white boys in the UK are the most socially disadvantaged group by all those metrics. And the second most disadvantaged group was working class white girls. And and that is the case. That is what is the situation here. And no, it's not racist to acknowledge it. It's just the truth. And the DOJ is coming out here and saying, at least under the law, if we're going to abide by these equal protection guarantees, we actually have to abide by this. And it's equal protection. It's not the equality of outcome. It's not. It's not about whether you if someone of one ethnic group happens to obtain a better result than someone of another ethnic group, it's not inherently racist that happened. Whoever those groups are, it's actually this is not about protecting equality of outcome. It's
so frustrating for me, and especially like just on a personal level as a woman. I hate the idea that, you know, it's necessary in order to achieve equality of outcome, which is a false, you know, target, that you should have people going up to women who are good at writing or poetry and saying, hey, have you considered computer science?
Yes, that one's always really funny to me,
Like why? Are they going to be happier in those fields? Literally, no. We have studies that show they're not happier. You know why? Because it's not a social career. And because women tend to be more social and they tend to be more creative. Yes, there's an exception that you know and I might know, but that's not the point. The point is that on the whole, you're going to have outcomes that are disparate.
Yes.
And that's okay.
Yes, indeed.
You know?
It's the idea of, and this is something you see with a lot of educational ideologies when this seeps in to say that, oh, you can't let if a girl wants to express a desire to be a mother or something, well, we have to suppress that because that's social conditioning, and we have to even it out so that she's encouraged to go become this single cat lady doctor somewhere or something like that when she actually didn't really want to. She wanted to be a nurse who then got married and had children and became a stay-at-home mom. And these attempts to to suppress natural human tendencies is part of this issue with trying to come up with these race and sex-based criteria for being socially disadvantaged, and we need to give you leg up after leg up after leg up until we're actually oppressing other groups in favor of these groups under the guise of equal protection, and that's not what those equal protection clauses are supposed to do.
Right. And also on just a pragmatic level, it harms society. Like, what is better, that the grants are given to people who are actually good at farming, or they're given to people on the basis of their race?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, this is farming. I kind of want, better food, that is grown. What do you mean?
Sure, just on the basic level, yeah.
Right. And this isn't just extended to farming. It's extended to every area and to these universities. And we also see that if you allow people into universities on the basis of something like race that they otherwise wouldn't have gotten in at, they leave at higher rates because they're not able to compete. How is that good for them?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not good for them. It's not good for us.
Yes, allowing people with proper legal equality and understanding to just do what they naturally would do instead of giving them artificial support in one way or another, regardless of who or what you are. That's the way that people will be happiest, is if they're doing what is natural to them in that way, and not in a way of indulging their desires, but in understanding natural law and what people are naturally inclined to do.